Okay, this video will show how to plot the contours for groundwater salinity in using Surfer, and then um, exporting it out as a KML so we could see it in Google Earth. So the very first thing I do is, well, I have this original groundwater salinity file that I have, and then I just took out the column F, which was the groundwater salinity, and pasted that, and then the longitude and latitude columns into a new Excel spreadsheet that I called ground GW salinity. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Grid, Menu, Data. I'm going to go to where that's at, which is in my documents. Find it, GW salinity, and then open. So column A is the x-axis longitude, column B is latitude. I'm going to leave everything else the same. So I'm just going to, column C is the groundwater, so I'm just going to hit OK. And then I'll press OK again. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new map, a new post map. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to ask me for an Excel spreadsheet, so I'm going to choose the same GW salinity. So I'm going to choose that. It's OK. Okay, it looks like it guessed the axes correctly. So the x-axis is longitude and the y-axis is latitude. So I'm going to click on the post object just to make sure. Under symbol, I'm going to choose column C, groundwater salinity. So we've got the X, which is column A, Y, which is column B, latitude, and then the groundwater salinity. So I think we're pretty good there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to again keep post in the object manager chosen. I'm going to go to coordinate system. I'll choose the coordinate system as under my favorites as WGS 1984. Click OK. Then I'm going to go to the map, do the same thing, coordinate system, under the property manager, change favorites, WGS 1984. Okay, so now just to test, I'm going to export just the posts as we have now onto my desktop, a KML file. So I chose KML, and I'm just going to say test. Save. Okay. So save scaling info is chosen under the export options under the scaling tab. Spatial reference I'm going to choose, and I'm going to make sure internal file format, if possible, is chosen. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now I'm going to minimize Surfer and choose the, this is a KMZ from a previous test, so I'll just go ahead and throw these away for now so we can do, they're not in our way. And I'll click the test KML. Okay, so Google Earth is zooming into the area that that we chose, and you can see that the X and Y axes are also drawn, and then of course we've got all the objects which were the salinity. So yeah, I mean it exported okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and close. So yes, discard. Go back to Surfer. So now I want to add the contours. So I'm going to choose Post, go to Add, Contour Layer. under the add menu item. And then remember that very first step that we did, where I chose the GW salinity, and then it created a GW salinity grid file. So I'm going to choose that, and then it draws the contours. So now again I'm going to do another export. Desktop, KML. I'm going to choose the same test file, save, yes. Still gives me spatial reference internal file format, scaling, okay. So let's go ahead and reopen that. Okay, Google Earth is taking its time this time. Okay, so Google Earth's working again. So yeah, there we've got the contours in the proper location, I hope. The proper geographic reference. So I'll go ahead and close that again. So discard, yes. So we'll go back to Surfer. I'm going to choose contours, and I want to say change what it looks like to something a little bit more colorful. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to export again. KML, same thing. Click on it, yes. Now look at this. On the export dialog box that comes up, there is no spatial options, and so there's the first clue that something might be wrong with this exports. But I'm going to click OK, and then go ahead and open it. And all of a sudden our contours are in Africa. So, you know, something's definitely wrong there. And all I did was change the colors, right? Well, also this this legend also showed up. So I'll close that. Yes, discard. Go back to Surfer. I'll do remove the color scale, what I just called the legend. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then do an export again. Save, yes. And then all of a sudden we have our spatial reference tab back in the export dialog box. So I'll click OK. Go to the desktop, click test. And there we have it. So now we have a nice colorful contour map that's hopefully in its proper location. So yeah, beware of that color scale. It'll not plot the contours in the correct place. And hopefully that should do it on how to actually plot something in Surfer and export it to KML.